Welcome to the Lighthouse video series where we dig into the technologies that Nichols Portland Inc. offers to the customers. And our goal here is to give you more of a taste of what we do so that you can use these technologies to the benefit of your company. I'm Stephen Medill. I'm the Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing. With me today, I have Jason Osborne, VP of Advanced Engineering, and David Smith, Director of Engineering for the Min Department. We come to you from the Center of Excellence located at our Alpha Precision Group facility in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania, where we focus here today is on MIM and additive. So gentlemen, thank you for joining me. So as we've gone through this series and covered a bunch of topics, one of the topics obviously should be material selection and what goes into that. So what goes into that and what should customers know about that?
Well, it really starts with the feedstock itself. There are two main feedstock systems that are widely used. Three really, if you count water. But there's a catalytic and a solvent debinding. So the difference between the two is really how the primary binder system is extracted from the part. And so in a solvent system, the feedstock is made up of a polymer, a polyolefin polymer, and a wax system. And so those parts are submerged into tanks with a specialized solvent that dissolves the wax component of the binder system. So so that's that system. The catalytic system is compounded with a POM binder and a polyolefin binder. So in this system, the parts are loaded into ovens, and a nitric acid drip is introduced into the oven. The nitric acid drips onto a hot plate, and the acid vaporizes and creates a cloud of vapor inside of the oven. And that nitric acid creates a chemical reaction with the POM and actually turns into formaldehyde and extracts from the part and then is burned off clean in a burner above the oven. So those are the two different systems. And there's a third system where the primary binder system is water soluble, and the parts are basically debound in water tanks.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that depending on the customer requirements and the print requirements, not all systems can be used for every alloy.
Right.
So based on those requirements and then detailed technical review with the customer, we will we'll make an assessment as to which particular feedstock system we would propose to move forward with. There are pros and cons to all three of the systems that Jason mentioned.
Right.
Giving our experience with all three systems, we would be able to make that recommendation up front to this customer. One of the other things, one of the biggest benefits I would say of metal injection molding is just the wide breadth of materials available. So, we very commonly process stainless steels. So that's 300 series, 17.4, 400 series stainless steels. Right. As well as a lot of low alloy steels, depending on the market segment required. And there's also the ability to do super alloys and unique materials such as titanium.
Right.
Given the fact that it's an additive process, there are significant benefits to being able to injection mold some of these high dollar materials versus more traditional means.
So gentlemen, is there a benefit of what feedstock you choose when it comes to the materials?
Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons for each system. For the catalytic system, for example, it has very good green strength. So the parts are much less susceptible to damage during molding and post-molding and handling and things like that.
Whereas on the solvent side, it opens up a wide array of materials that you can actually use, a larger array of materials that you can use. The catalytic system can actually be pretty aggressive through the debind process and oxidize materials that are susceptible to that.
Yeah.
So, there's benefits to Jason's point. There's pros and cons to both systems.
Yeah, generally they both work. It's just a matter of what suits your needs or what works in your shop.
That's right. And we, like Dave said before, we'll sit down with our customers during the technical reviews and really see what the requirements of the part are, and then select the system that's most appropriate.
Okay. Well, thanks for the insight, gentlemen. If you have a project that you would like us to work on or would like to have an educational event at your facility, we'd be happy to come and give you more detail on that. If you want to reach out to us through our websites, you can go to nicholsportlandinc.com or alphaprecisionpm.com and contact us through that. Otherwise, we'd love to hear from you.